Oh yeah. Hey there, welcome back guys. We're live. This is going to be part one for the Pavo20 Pro. We're going to be installing the press nuts here in part one, and in part two we're going to install the 04 air unit and configure it and see how it flies in probably part three. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. This video is for the folks that are new to soldering and not familiar with how to install these press nuts. Remember, there are two versions of this right here, so that you can put it on your drone, modify it for as little as nothing. So basically you get to keep all your stuff without having to buy a new drone. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let me just bring everything over here so that you guys can see. There's a link in the description down below. Now remember, there are two versions of the file. Let's show you the two versions so that you guys can see. Let's see, I believe one is probably on the printer that I had already finished. Okay, so you're gonna see that version first, and then I'll show you the other versions in a second. Okay, so on that note, as you can see, now that we got that from the camera, let's move everything back over here. So you see, look, so you're gonna have the version like this without any hole, with the holes that are bigger, so you can put your press nuts in. And then you're gonna have another version, right, with the holes like this that don't require any soldering, and that'll probably be the one that you want to print if you don't have what you see here, you know, which is that, and your soldering iron. In this video we're going to push the press nuts in, and as you can see, the holes are perfectly designed so that you can put in the original screws that come with your with your Pavo20 Pro. Okay, remember, Pavo20 Pro, and I'll show you guys here how it works. I'm just gonna open this one here. Okay, and then this is the drone over here. Okay, Alexa, stop. And then you want to take out at least one screw. Okay, here we go, so that you guys can see. Maybe we'll fix that camera a little bit, like that, and then maybe push that in like that. There. Just something needs to move. Things go bump into the night. And it comes with everything when you have your Pavo20 Pro. I don't know why I keep calling it the Avata. Like I say, I spend more time flying the Avata than this one. And just take one out, okay, to see how it fits. And don't worry, I'll show you all the parts so that you two can get set up. I'm just gonna put this down, and remember, in part two we're gonna put on the LED, configure everything so it works just right. I don't think on that one we'll go live. We'll see how it goes. Oh no, on the flight we can't go live. So as you can see, on the one with the bigger holes, it's pretty big, right? And it's not going to screw in. But on the other one, the 2mm, look for the one that says 2mm. As you can see, they were really generous enough to do it so that all you got to do is screw it in. See that? But we're not going to do that one though. Okay. So remember, this video is for the folks that want to do the press nuts. Okay. So here we go. We have one screw right there. You'll have your soldering iron, most likely. Move anything out of the way that can accidentally get burnt, especially your drone, your Pavo20, and other stuff. Most likely your soldering iron is going to look like this. Here, let's show you guys. You'll probably have this in there like that, and then you'll probably have other parts in there. Make sure you have all your parts around so that you don't lose anything, okay, because you don't want to lose your stuff. This goes to the press nuts, so I'm just going to put the soldering iron back together so that you guys can see how it's done. Okay. So again, you want to do this when the soldering iron's off. Make sure the soldering iron is not on and hot. Okay, soldering iron looks like this. Okay, and you There's a link to these things in the description down below. If it's not there now, it'll be there at the end of this video. So you're just going to turn this until your soldering iron comes apart. Remember, don't do this while your soldering iron is hot. I cannot stress. All right, and then you put this piece on the side. Now this is the part that for your press nuts, just tool kit. It comes with it. No need to buy any additional accessories except for what's in the link, which would be your press nuts and the little tool kit. See, and then we screw this on like that after we put it in. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to choose the one. I don't think they're not numbered, but you find the press nut that fits in here, and then you screw that on like that. See, we screwed it on. And in case you're wondering, again, because it's hard to see because my hands are so big, this one, and then you just screw it on. Okay, don't turn the soldering iron yet. Remember, make sure your soldering iron is off. I cannot stress how many folks reached out to me and said they couldn't do it because their soldering iron was too hot. Just keep it off. Keep it off. Keep it off. Knowing that moving forward, you're going to choose your press nuts. Now, in this kit, it's really great because the person who developed this frame already knows which one, and they had said the 3.5, which is over here in the corner, right? But in the previous live streams, I was doing the 3.2, which works really well too. So, you know, I'm kind of on the fence on which one to use because both give you a great experience. But in this one, we will try with the recommended one, right, that the person who created this had suggested. Now you'll notice that you'll be like, wow, will it fit, will it not fit? And remember, there are two versions, right? Except my kit is a little bit messy. It's possible that, you know, during delivery, if you order it from Amazon, maybe because they said, oh, that guy didn't tip us, and they shook it, and they're like, what? I'm like, I don't know which one. So, you know, you just keep doing this, right, until you find one that actually fits. Is it this one? And then you, whoops, don't lose your stuff. And then we would, let me get that from out of there. We lost a screw. 1 second. Or you could always use your magnetic screwdriver to pull something out. And again, what you want to do is find one that actually fits, and you want to put it in right in the way so that it's going to press down. Oh yeah, this one looks like it fits, but it's a little bit too big, or even too long. I would say too long, not too big. And there's a shorter one. So let me get the other kit. Because what happened was I but I made a complaint to Amazon, and I was like, hey, how do I know which is which? The kit's mixed up. So let's bust out another kit that has all its pieces in order. And so if you wind up getting a kit like that with all the parts mixed up, the beauty of Amazon is they have a no questions asked return policy, and depending on what's being shipped, sometimes it's not worth their time to, you know, see, voila. And here's the kit. So the ones over here in this corner are the recommended ones, and they're really small, but they go in. And as you can see here, and all you need are 4. See, there's 1, okay. And as you saw in the live stream, the other ones work too. The ones that are in this corner, the 2 times 4 times 3.2 work really well, and the 2.5, 4.3.5, which is in that corner right here, they work really well too. Well, except this one, that one I don't know, but apparently they do. But I'm gonna try it. You know, we're gonna try it and see. We're gonna use them, and again, use your magnetic screwdriver to pull them up. Just put it in, but remember, I think they're brass, so they're not gonna pick up, but at least you can, you know, put it in, like pretend it's a chopstick of some sort. and then put it in, and then one more. The smaller they are, the harder they are to work with. It's a little bit more challenging, but it can be done, because I'm going to show you a little trick to it. Then close the box in case you accidentally hit it, or put everything away. I'll put it away later. I'll just put it right over there. So next, what you want to do is you want to, again, screw it on a little bit, okay? And I'll show you in the end how we're going to do that. Because it's probably hard to see with the action camera. And you put it like this. See? It's hard to see, but I'll push it to the computer in a second once we're done with everything. Actually, I'll do it now so you get the idea. Okay? 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Whoops. One moment, please. It's going to exit full screen. Bring this over here so that you guys can see my camera. And 1 second. There we are. Okay, so as you can see, you want to do this. See how it's like that? See, the iPhone has a better camera than the DJI. Like this. See that little groove? That's the part that's going to be pressed in. And normally what you would do is, right, is you would put this like this onto the soldering iron, like that. Let me see, I can't see. Hold on. I'm just going to put it on the soldering. Put it on the soldering iron like that. And then push it in. And things get kind of messy that way. Okay? So, and what you want to do is, thankfully, the end of this, right, actually fits in to the part where we're going to be pushing. So that gives you more. And so what will happen is a lot of the heat is going to be absorbed by the screw, okay? And then also the heat's going to be absorbed here, but it's not going to get so hot. It's just going to get hot enough to push right through the PLA or whatever material you're using. And you got to remember, when you spin it around, make sure it doesn't push all the way out. Make sure it's just flush. Can't see. Yeah, make sure it's flush. So right about there. You just want it to be flush. That's it. Okay, knowing that, and moving forward, now I can put the soldering iron down and go back to the other camera. Now you'll know what's going to be happening. I'll show you again. I'll push the camera from the phone once it's done, so you guys can get a better view of things. Oh, it never really came through. There we go. I'll try it again. I hate when that happens. Welcome back to Everything Glitches. All right, so I'll show you again. All right, so on that note, as you can see, here's the camera. Here's your little thingy right there. You can see, right? So what you want to do is, like I was saying, is make sure this is flush with this. See that? How it's flush? It's not coming through. You don't want it to protrude out, because you don't want to get any remnants of whatever melted material is pushing through on the screw, because then it's just stuck on there. So just leave it so it's flush, and then what you'll do is we're going to push it down. See, thankfully it fits right on the end of there. So hold on 1 second. Give me a moment while I put it on. See? And then when you put it on, it'll be like that, and then you're pushing in. But you want to make sure you're straight, because as soon as you go to an angle, remember, it's hot and it's melting, and it's going to tilt in whichever direction it goes. So you want it to be straight. Okay, so knowing that and moving forward, let's get this party started. All right, now we're just gonna push it so that it goes right through. One more thing I need to do before I actually push it through. Oh, good, we're live. Okay, so Just wanted to make sure that we are live before we go live.
So you want it to be strict.
Okay, good. All right, 28-second gang. Irish Misty 10. Interesting. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. All right, knowing that and moving forward. Oh, let me bring out the pop-out chat. This way we can see people as they come in. Welcome from Ireland. All right, so knowing that and moving forward, now I'm going to switch to this camera so that we can see. What happened was when we were doing this live the last time, someone said, hey, switch the camera back. They couldn't see. Okay, so here's our frame, and look at this. It's designed so that it goes right in. So whoever did this really took a lot of thought into this so that to make it your life easier. Yeah, it'll go right in. I just need my little glasses. Hold on 1 second. Wow, phenomenal. It just goes right in. So it just needs for you to apply that heat and pressure. But let the soldering iron do all the work. Okay, don't force it in. Don't put your muscle behind it, because you will mess it up if you put too much force behind it. Okay, just let it slowly go in. You know, it's not, if you have to rush, let's say you got to be somewhere, you have an appointment, oh, I'm going to do it before I go. Don't. You need time. Okay, maybe you have kids and you want to wait for them to go to sleep. Wait for them to go to sleep, because you do not want to mess up on this. Nice. You just want to make sure that this goes in. And you don't want to put this in like this anyway, so what you want to do is take it off the screw and then tap it in. Make sure it's flush. You don't want it coming out. Okay? And then now what we'll do is we'll push it in. Nice. See, like that. And voila. Except that's as far as it's going to go, because we need the heat. Now I have my soldering iron temperature set to 344. Is it the low? That's as low as, actually, yeah, it was 344. Let me double check, because I don't want to. Yeah, 344. I don't want to accidentally have the wrong temp. And this is me. You might require another temperature, right, for your soldering iron. All right, knowing that, moving forward, you know what? Let's get all 4 screws ready. This way we can seed them all, okay? And see how it fits on the drone too when it's done. And again, in part 2, we're going to rebuild it. We're going to put it on the drone, put the O4 air unit on, and see how it flies. So today is part 1, okay? This video is for the new guy that wants to put their press nuts on, and etc. So we're going to wait for it to heat up. Thankfully it heated up. Move anything out of the way, because sometimes if things get hot, you might drop the soldering iron, and then you're like, oh no, I melted the dragon. Oh no, my mouse. So just keep it clear. Know your surroundings, because it does hurt when you get burned by this. And also, remember, keep it straight, because if you tilt it, it's going to go, if you tilt it, it's going to go in that way. And start tilting, and then you have a bigger hole. So the trick is, keep it straight, okay? So knowing that, and then you just want to push down, let the heat do the work. So I'm just going to push down, and you just wait patiently for it to go into the PLA, and it's going in, believe it or not, but slowly. And slowly, keeping it straight, and then stop. Just make sure it's straight, have a peak, okay, and then it's going in straight. And now I'm just going to push again. Push it. Push it. Oops. Careful. And sometimes what you could do is you could put your soldering iron back. Remember, it's really hot, and you can tap it with a not your fingers, but you can tap it with the tweezers, and let the tweezers work its magic. And it looks like it's hot, right? but you can push it in a little bit more to make it flush. Yeah, it looks like it can go in a little bit more. Okay. So now I'm going to apply a little more heat. Remember, we don't want to cook it, you know. You want to do it slowly. Remember, keep it straight. Can't express. Bingo. Got it. Nope. Almost got it. That's why you got to flip it over. Look at the other ends. Make sure it's straight. Got it. And now it's flush. And that's what you want. And we don't rush it. We just let the heat, remember, let the heat do the work. Let the heat do the work. Sometimes we use the tweezer a little bit to just help it get to where it needs to go. And then voila. Now we just let that cool off a little bit. Let it move around, and then you get the other one ready because it's going to cool off pretty fast. Okay, so now we're just going to do this one. There we go. See, and we can take it out. Yeah, it's warm enough now. Doesn't move. And then now, whoops, just watch your screws. And then voila, see, one is already flush. We took our time, right? Don't worry, I'll show you on the other phone when we're done. We got another one set up and ready to go. Remember, make sure it's flush underneath. And then right here. Oh, wow, it popped right in. It popped in, but remember, you still need the heat and pressure to melt it all the way through. And, you know, it is a little nerve-wracking because, as you see, it's melting, right? It's getting hot, and you want to keep it straight. Okay, and sometimes, as you see, my hand's shaking because I'm nervous. Because you only get one take on this. That's the other thing. Okay. This one's pushing in. Oh wow! Let's see, this one's going in. Going in. You'll see in a sec. I'll show you. I'll push it to the computer after this is done, so that you guys can see. Take your time, because you remember, got it. And when it's really hot and you don't want to pull it out, just tap it with the tweezers. Because remember, it's hot enough to be pushed in with the tweezers to help make it flush, and it'll be a nice and clean, experience. So that, hold on. Oops. It goes right. Could use a little more, just a tad. Remember, overkill will leave you printing this again. Got it. And also tilting it. Okay. Nice. I'll show you guys. Just gonna push it to here. Move that there. I'm gonna push it to the computer so that you guys can see how those two worked out. Da, 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 da. And here it is. See, it's flush, it's clean and neat, and as you can see the whole. Let me make sure it's not hot. If we unscrew it, there's that screw. You can see the hole all the way in there. It goes all the way down, and most of all, it's flush. That's why you don't want to go camp on it. Don't go camping on here, which means leave the press nut push device thingy on for too long, okay? Because you want it to be nice and flush and nice and clean. See? So that when it goes on your drone, it's like it sits flat and it's not, doing like that. Okay, knowing that, moving forward, let's go back to our other camera. Just gonna stop mirroring right here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go back to this camera. All right, knowing that, moving forward, we only got a few more left. We only got 2 more. Well, we're not out of the ballpark just yet. Okay, and remember, make it flush. And the grooved part is the part that pushes in, okay? And you'll know if you're doing it backwards because, as you can see, when I push this in, it'll go, watch, pop. It pops right in, right? Okay? So once it pops, see, I can just do that. You have to be able to do that with it while it's in. If we can't, then that means that you have it backwards. All right? Knowing that, moving forward, we only got 2 more left. 2 more. Come on, we got this. All right. Knowing that, remember, keep it straight. And now we're just gonna push it in. Don't go camping on here. Just do it, slowly. Because we want it to cool for a little bit, get hot for a little bit. Cool for a little bit, get hot. Otherwise, you're just cooking it and melting it on. Then you get overflow. Keep it straight. You could probably lay this flat too. It's getting too hot, so now I'm just going to pull it out and then push it in because we don't want it to cook on there. Remember, my temperature is set to 344. And now just tap it. Remember, because it's still, it's still hot where you can maneuver it. And it's so hot that, as you saw, almost lost it, but I was able to salvage it because remember, it will cool quickly. Got it. Yep, and that's why sometimes you just get nervous doing it. Yeah, I believe this one is good, and that's why it's easier to do it when you have the screw on there because you're pushing in the screw. And don't worry, we'll show you in the end with the phone. Now one more, just double check, make sure it's flush and beautiful. One more left. All right. Again, if you need peace and quiet to do this, no calls, because you gotta focus. 1 millisecond is enough to screw the whole thing up, because remember, it's hot. All right. But you can self-correct in less than a second, as long as you know what you're doing and know which direction to turn it back in because it's melted. But you don't want to do that anyway, because then that hinders the whole experience. And take a deep breath. And here we go. And remember, we're going to be giving some of these away. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4. So, we have one fellow who claimed one, but he never claimed it. So we've got 4. So just leave in the comments down to in this video. You can say my frame, and then we'll just have a drawing, in this video. All right. And then we have one for the other videos, but we didn't get any because I presumably everyone has a 3D printer. But this is for those that we still have 4 to give away here in this continent. We don't, overseas is a little bit tricky. But pushing it in. Remember, make sure it's straight. Slowly. Bingo. Whoop. Bingo. And then what happens is, the reason why I said whoop is because when you pull it out, sometimes it retracts back because it's stuck on to the soldering thingy. Voila. And there we go. We are all flush. Royal flush. It should all go onto your drone without a problem. And the only way to know that is to put it on mine. Is it still hot? It's still a little hot. So I'd wait a little bit before testing it out on the drone. Remember, part 2, we're going to put the 04 air unit in. And in part 3, we're going to see how it flies. The only thing we may have to do is pull this thing out, the wire. It might be too short for the 04. But other than that, it looks like we'll still be good to go. And the other hard part will be the rubber grommets. I don't recommend the GPS, even though I've put a GPS on a couple of the Pavo series. Yeah, by the time the GPS picks up signal, your battery, you spend too much time on it. But it's your choice. You can watch those videos, and it's all pretty much streamlined and the same. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, look at that, and there's even room for an ND filter or UV filter. For me, I would probably do UV filter. And then what we'll do is we'll push this on here. Nice. Flush, and then push this on there. Look underneath, make sure it is not it's flush. You want it to be flush, and the rubber grommets will come in handy anyway. So now we're gonna put it on here like this. All right, this is a tricky part, but thankfully the screws are magnetized, right? Move that out of the way. See, the screw picked up, and now we will push one in, turn it, and the holes are really deep on this thing. The fellow who actually developed this frame for you took that into consideration. So look how far and deep these screws go. There's enough room for, you know, for everything, so that the experience is just right for you, which is great. Hi Lou, thank you for sharing this. The link to this STL file now open. When can you please? Yes, I will do that right now. Thank you for that. Let me do it right now. Move this here. It's the second time that happened. One moment, please. New window. And go to YouTube. And then go to the last one. Live. And then I'll go here. Oh, hold on. Oh, LC. I was wondering who LC Pro D was. Interesting. I didn't know. Okay, 1 second. It's like, it's hard to keep track of everybody. Control X. And then I'll give it to you right now so that you have it. Here you go. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, and I'm gonna put it in the video so that other people can get it. Sometimes that happens. Some of our viewers and subscribers have said that YouTube has blocked when they share when links are shared. Let me see if I press it. Oh yeah, 404. That's okay. We can fix that. Yeah, and maybe they don't like too long of links. And sometimes when I share my videos with other Facebook groups, like I'll post 5 different groups, and then the moderator from another group will deny the video because I have links in there, and then which is fine to post at 5 different Facebook groups and only get 4. That's fine. But it's just weird that they're like, sorry, you have links in your videos, you can't, you know, share video with links. Hold on, we'll go to live stream, select done, done, and then, yeah, one moment please, put that there, on, done, and I'm gonna hit save. Now we're just gonna go to the video again, and test the link. Hold on 1 second, live, I'm just going to stop the video and test the link. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yep, it works. All right, the link works now. Okay. And now I'm just going to close that. Close that. Hopefully, we get our pop out. Where's our pop out chat? Lost our pop out chat. It's all right, though. Bring it back. And then now I'm just going to do pop out chat, because I don't need to see the window that I'm recording in. All right, knowing that, moving forward, now everything is in. So now I'm just gonna see the screw. I got one screw in, and remember I'm gonna have to set it up. So we're just testing the frame to see if it aligns properly, right? Because I'm gonna have to put the grommets in and all the other stuff. In part 2, we're gonna install the 04 air unit. Okay. And see how it fits. In part 3, we're going to see how it flies. Part 3 probably won't be live. Part 3 will probably be a video that's pre-recorded, only because I don't think I can stream outside, you know. And then we got here. See, that one went in, and then we have the last one. And I'll show you guys how to configure it too, so don't worry about it. It'll be a walk in the park. Alright. That'll probably be in part 3, because the configuration process is like another step. Alright, knowing that move, look at that. Fits. Kind of neat, huh? And you got all the space you need for your grommet and all the other stuff. And you get just as much space as you would with the original frame when it comes to the spacing of the screws, if that makes any sense. So, you know, you're not winning any and you're not losing anything. So they really took a lot into consideration. And in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'll take it off in a second to show you guys what it is. Oh, I see why, because that buffer is for the little rubber grommet thingies that have to go on, which we'll do on another part, because I believe putting the lights on is a little bit tricky. Depends on how you put your lights on. I like putting my lights on a certain way. Voila. Fits perfectly well. And now I'm going to take it off to show you exactly what it is I'm talking about when it comes to the spacing between the screws being exactly the same, the space that's needed as in this one and in that one. Totally identical. So you won't be shortchanged. Okay, hold on, let's take it apart. Remember, this was with press nuts. If you don't want to use the press nuts, print a 2mm file. 2mm, you don't need a soldering iron. But I believe you might get one take with the screws. I mean, like, I think if you unscrew it, it's like a one and done deal. So if you unscrew it, you might have to print another frame, because remember, it's plastic. But that's okay. You know, if you printed it yourself and made it that far, you are golden. You just, you know, print it again. You don't need press nuts. In this case, let's say if I wanted to modify it, I was like, you know what? I think I will put a GPS on here. And then, you know, now I can do that because I can unscrew it because I have the press nuts here. You know what? I think maybe I want to change my motors, right? Change your motors because maybe you blew one out, maybe you crashed it, or maybe, I don't know. There's too many maybes. There are a lot of maybes with you. Maybe you broke your antenna. I see some posts where people lose their antennas and they're like, how do I put it back on? There's 3 and then 4. See, pull it back out. So now I'm just going to do two screws. I'll put 2 in here, right? I'm going to screw them in all the way as far as they go, and then I'm going to take another 2 screws and screw them in all the way as far as they go, and we'll do it with the original frame too. Okay, and there we go. See, and now they should match according to like how much leeway is given. And again, we'll see in part 2 again. Don't worry, I'll push it to the phone so that you can see too. Maybe we'll do side by side. And I'll leave a link down below to the press nut kit too. So if we look and see side by side, clearly a lot of thought went into that, because that pretty much matches identical. See? Voila. So you get, this is just phenomenal. The thought process behind this to get it so that it works just right for you is amazing. Make sure it's flush. If it's not flush, you could always press it again, but you don't want to overdo it, overkill it, you know. And that's it. See? And in part 2, we're going to install the 04 air unit, see how it goes. And part 3, we will see how it flies. It should be, I don't see any weight difference. We could always put it on this scale and see, but I'd rather use this scale for my shakes, my my smoothies, rather than my parts and stuff. Yeah, hold on a second. 1 second. And see, and we did that like that. And then now, hold on. Someone just messaged me. I gotta send that out. All right. Now, put that like that. So just double check it. Double check. And double check, make sure everything is flush, as you can see. And again, I'll show you with the phone. Okay. And then I'll put these screws back in so that you can see. There's one. And you want to keep the screws in until you have your 04 air unit ready, because you don't want to go crazy looking for them. You're like, oh no, I thought they were here, like I was in the beginning looking for something. So just keep all your, this will make your life so much easier. See? Wow, they're all even too. And then one more, and we are done after this one. Okay, and last one. It's hard to see. Voila. And while the screws are in there, if you need to push it a little bit more, do that, but don't overkill, because remember, too much heat will leave you printing another one of these. And I don't know what kind of printer you have. Some printers can probably print this in 20 minutes. My printer takes 2 hours. So, I don't know, just, you don't want to keep printing this thing because too much heat and pressure was applied. Okay, knowing that and moving forward, you can shut your soldering iron off if you're done. If not, do what needs to be done. And now I'm just going to go here to the camera. As you can see, well, you can't see as of yet. Where are we? Okay. See, and there it is with the press nuts. See? No mess. Because we apply a little pressure, push, let it cool for like 2 or 3 seconds, then do it again, then spin it around, have a look, make sure everything is flush, because you want to do that because, you know, if you have shaky hands, you might think you're straight, but you're not pushing it straight. Okay? And then we're going like that. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Let me just quit this here. Put that there. Stop mirroring. And then I'll put the links in the description to what I'm using here when it came to the press nut experience. I'm just gonna shut that off. And if you can't see, get one of these thingies, magnifying things, so that you can have an experience that's just right for you. Because for me, I just can't. It works better that way. Again, we're gonna be we have 1, 2, 3. Oh wow. 4. Looks like we're going to be giving away 4. Okay? Because I'm going to print another one for myself, but I'm going to print one in, I like this color, the multicolor filament. Or yellow, I don't know, I'll figure it out. But we have 4 we're giving away. 2, we have 3 with press nuts, and then 1 where it doesn't require press nuts. All right. Knowing that, I'm moving forward. This is one more thing I have to do, which one of our viewers said that the links weren't working, but it reminded me that I should put the other links in there too, because people want to see the press nut toolkit. All right, knowing that, just give me 1 second. Let me just find that video again. And then that's the only downside to many cams. Many cams is great. Sometimes it doesn't push the links, because the links are pushed here and then pushed there, and then I don't know. And then sometimes YouTube works their magic. And sometimes too much magic is no good. Anyway, on that note, moving forward, I believe that was the last stream. And now we'll just go here. Oops, sorry. You don't need to hear what's happening. Now I'll just go here to edit, and then I can just copy. And then go live. Not live, but I'm gonna press on another video. And now you should have a total of 3 links inside of the video. Oh, hopefully I have to test them. Let's see, hold on. I'll let you guys see. And now, if I go here, we should click more. You have the Cults 3D link, should open up in the new window. Not saving, and then you have the press nuts, and then you have the heat press, which is a tool like I showed in the beginning that shows you, that lets you, you know, have the experience. Oh, well, they have numbers on it. M2, M1. I didn't see any numbers. They're so small that you just can't see it. But that's okay. If you can't see the numbers, just keep trying until you see the one that fits on, that works right for you. And I believe that's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? We're almost there, but not really there, because we still have to put the 04 air unit on, which we'll be doing in part 2. And in part 3, we're going to configure it and fly it. That one I'm not sure about, if whether that's going to be a live stream or not, because configuring it and then flying it, I can't take you with me flying if I'm doing live, because see, we're live, and then like, how do I bring it outside? It's not going to work that way. So part 3 is just going to be a regular video, maybe 10 to 15 minutes long with the configuration. But the configuration will be like that, testing it out, the mods and things like that. Except I noticed that, oh wow, interesting. Did they put one? No, they didn't. Wow. There's no capacitor on the end of this thing like most of the other drones have. I guess you don't really need it. Interesting. Am I sure about that? There's no capacitor? Oh, it's in there. Wow, they hid it under there. Okay. They put it under, so if it blows up, the whole chip goes with it. Alright. Knowing that, moving forward. Anyway, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. No, I didn't disappear on this one because we're live. The teleporter only works when I'm recording. And that's it. And I'll just throw this up on the other Pavo Pico forum so that, you know, folks can figure it out. Because if you can do this, this is great. Because otherwise you have to buy a new drone, right? Or no one has a kit yet. Maybe they will, but even if they do, there's no guarantee what that's going to be like. But this alone, you know, costs a couple of $100s, right? Then you have your 04 air unit. But if you already have everything that exists, you know, just hopefully you can print it, or hopefully maybe you'll get one of these in the raffle. We'll usually have a bingo drawing, and then we pull your number out. All right, knowing that, moving forward, this will be for this continent only, because we can't ship internationally as of yet. But usually when we do contests, if we do have international winners, like for example next week there's a soldering video. We're going to be building a game, and this is the game right here that we're going to be building, because you never want to, when you're working on your flight controller, they're expensive, right? And when you blow it up, like you've seen in my other video I've done one time, I think it was 2 years ago, this is what happened. As little did we know about the smoke stopper, and thanks to FPV Unknown who shared that with us. Flight controller, here we go. Whoa. Wait, where's the volume? Oh, it's right there.
Well, yeah, put too much power on the motors.
Alright. And then watch. And that happens to everyone. Everyone makes this rookie mistake. And everyone was sleeping in the middle of the night. And I was like, no, it's okay. I got everything under control. And so on that note, we do soldering videos to help you level up so that you can work on the flight controller. There's a video I have that shows you how to install the GPS. But before you install the GPS on it, you want to like do one of the soldering videos so that this thing right here only costs $20. $20, that's it. And you have a nice working game, which we're going to do next week. And if you fuck it up, that's okay. You know, you can desolder it, you can work with it. Usually on the flight controllers, you only get one take, but this one you can troubleshoot it and work with it. But my point is that when we have winners on these videos, if you're international, we just send you an Amazon gift card for whatever this is worth, right? We can't do an Amazon gift card for whatever this is worth because we don't know what it's worth and no one's selling them, and it will cost $40 or $30 just to ship this internationally. So sorry, we can't do international on this one, but we're going to be doing on that one. And then what will happen is if someone in the US wins this, we have the second drawing would be for our international winners. Okay, so there are 2 drawings on that one. But in this case, I can't do any drawing. So if you're in the US, yes, it works. Thank you very much. See you in part 2. Yeah, nice, it works. See, it worked. Someone tried it. That's great. See you in part 2. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I got to share this link with the other folks. And that's it. See you all next time.